Good day, students. Welcome to JSS 2 Basic Science. Today we study the human digestive system, the system that breaks down the food we eat into simple, absorbable nutrients that the body can use for energy, growth, and repair. Think about the last meal you ate, whether it was jollof rice, fufu, and egusi soup, or a loaf of bread. That food could not enter your bloodstream as it was. It had to be broken down into tiny molecules through a process called digestion. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to list the organs of the digestive system in order, describe the function of each organ, distinguish between mechanical and chemical digestion, explain the role of enzymes in digestion, and describe how nutrients are absorbed into the blood. Let us trace the journey of food through the body. Digestion is the process by which complex food substances are broken down into simpler, soluble molecules that can be absorbed into the blood and used by the body cells. There are two types of digestion: mechanical digestion, the physical breakdown of food into smaller pieces, without changing its chemical nature, e.g., chewing, churning in the stomach; chemical digestion, the chemical breakdown of food molecules into simpler molecules by enzymes. Enzymes are biological catalysts, proteins produced by the body that speed up chemical reactions. The digestive system is essentially a long tube, the alimentary canal, from the mouth to the anus, approximately 9 meters long in an adult, plus associated glands, liver, pancreas, salivary glands, that secrete fluids into the canal. The journey of food: mouth, esophagus, gullet, stomach, small intestine, duodenum, jejunum, ileum, large intestine, cecum, colon, rectum, anus. Organ 1, mouth, buccal cavity. Function: begins both mechanical and chemical digestion. Teeth chew food mechanically. Salivary glands, parotid, submandibular, sublingual, secrete saliva, which contains the enzyme salivary amylase, ptyalin. Salivary amylase begins the chemical digestion of starch, converting it to maltose. The tongue rolls food into a bolus, a ball of chewed food, and pushes it towards the esophagus. Organ 2, esophagus, gullet. Function: a muscular tube about 25 centimeters long connecting the mouth to the stomach. Food moves through it by peristalsis, wave-like muscular contractions. No digestion occurs here. Food reaches the stomach in about 8 seconds. Organ 3, stomach. Function: a J-shaped muscular sac that stores food and performs both mechanical and chemical digestion. The stomach wall contracts and churns food, mixing it with gastric juice. Gastric juice contains hydrochloric acid, HCl, kills bacteria, activates pepsinogen to pepsin, provides acidic pH, pepsin, an enzyme that begins protein digestion, breaking proteins into smaller polypeptides, renin, mainly in infants, curdles milk protein. The acidic mixture in the stomach is called chyme. Food leaves the stomach after 2 to 4 hours through the pyloric sphincter into the small intestine. Organ 4, small intestine. The longer section, approximately 6.5 meters, divided into 3 parts: duodenum, first 25 centimeters, jejunum, and ileum. This is where most chemical digestion and all absorption occur. In the duodenum, bile from the liver, stored in the gallbladder, is released. Bile emulsifies fats; it breaks large fat droplets into smaller ones, not chemical, but makes chemical digestion easier. Pancreatic juice from the pancreas enters the duodenum through the pancreatic duct. Pancreatic juice contains pancreatic amylase, digests starch to maltose; pancreatic lipase, digests fats/lipids to fatty acids and glycerol; trypsin and chymotrypsin, digests proteins/polypeptides to amino acids. The walls of the small intestine also secrete intestinal juice containing maltase, maltose glucose, sucrase, sucrose glucose plus fructose, lactase, lactose glucose plus galactose, peptidases, polypeptides, amino acids. These intestinal enzymes complete the final stage of chemical digestion. Absorption: the fully digested nutrients are absorbed through the walls of the ileum into the blood. The ileum is specially adapted for absorption. It is very long, increases surface area and time for absorption. The inner wall has folds, circulars, and millions of tiny finger-like projections called villi. Each villus contains a blood capillary and a lymph vessel. Lactea or villi increase surface area enormously. Each villus is covered in microvilli, brush border, increasing area further. Glucose and amino acids are absorbed into the blood capillaries. Fatty acids and glycerol are absorbed into the lacteals, lymph vessels. Organ 5, large intestine, cecum, colon, rectum. Function: absorbs water from undigested food residue, making it more solid, houses billions of beneficial bacteria that decompose some remaining material and synthesize vitamin K and B vitamins, forms and stores feces, undigested waste, until elimination. Organ 6, anus. Function: the terminal opening of the digestive system through which feces are expelled, defecation, under voluntary and involuntary muscular control. Associated glands: liver, produces bile, detoxifies harmful substances, stores glycogen, excess glucose, produces blood proteins. Pancreas, produces pancreatic juice and the hormones insulin and glucagon, which regulate blood sugar. Let us summarize digestion by food type. Carbohydrates, e.g., starch mouth, salivary amylase motors. Small intestine, duodenum, pancreatic amylase motors. Small intestine, ileum, maltase glucose. Glucose is absorbed into blood. Proteins, stomach, pepsin polypeptides. Small intestine, duodenum, trypsin/chymotrypsin smaller polypeptides. Ileum, peptidases amino acids. Amino acids absorbed into blood. Fats, duodenum, bile emulsifies fats. Pancreatic lipase fatty acids plus glycerol. Absorbed into lacteals, lymph vessels. Examination question: name 2 enzymes involved in the digestion of protein and state where each acts. Answer: pepsin, acts in the stomach, trypsin, acts in the small intestine, duodenum. For digestive system errors. Mistake 1, saying bile is an enzyme. Bile is not an enzyme. It is an alkaline liquid that emulsifies fats, physically breaks fat into droplets, but does not chemically digest anything. Mistake 2, saying the liver produces digestive enzymes. The pancreas produces most digestive enzymes. The liver produces bile. Mistake 3, confusing where absorption occurs. Absorption of nutrients occurs primarily in the small intestine, ileum, not in the stomach or large intestine. Water is absorbed in the large intestine. Mistake 4, forgetting the order of the alimentary canal: mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, anus. Brilliant work. The digestive system breaks down complex food into simple absorbable molecules. Journey of food: mouth, salivary amylase digests starch, esophagus, peristalsis, no digestion, stomach, pepsin plus HCl digests proteins, churning, small intestine, bile emulsifies fat, pancreatic enzymes complete digestion of starch, protein, fats, intestinal enzymes complete final digestion, villi absorb nutrients into blood and lymph, large intestine, water absorption, feces formation, anus, elimination. Key enzymes: salivary amylase, pepsin, pancreatic amylase, trypsin, lipase, maltase, peptidases. Bile emulsifies fat, not an enzyme. For homework, draw and label the organs of the digestive system in order, then write the enzyme responsible for digestion at each stage.